This is part 4 of the Super Ghouls and Ghosts tutorial, and right off the bat here we'll have some shenanigans from the stage. So you can see here I'm just wearing the steel armor. This is like an alternate recording I did for a specific pattern that you should be on the lookout for. So we can just start rolling the tape here. Clip, I guess. So this guy, we can easily kill this guy. We'll have the dagger here, but for this clip I'll have the lance. And then we'll jump over here. Then this guy, this jerk, just camps us. We come out of our iframes on the rotating thing. He'll just destroy us. That sucks. So there are some things we can do against this. This is the worst pattern you can get here. So we'll just get rid of this guy, like last time. Now we'll do a jump, like roughly, you can line up your right side with this wall, roughly. You can jump a bit later, actually, but that's the ballpark jump there. And then we'll jump over this ring, roughly. Green thing in there. And we'll land. We won't get stuck in the rotating thing now, and we can wait for the eagler to pass by. Oh yeah, so these guys are apparently called eaglers. They're not genies, they're not axemen, they're eaglers apparently, so that's what we're going with anyway. So you can see he's getting really close to me here, a bit too close for comfort, so you can make your jump a little bit more to the right. Then we'll wait for him to like duck out of the screen, and we'll get in the thing, and he can't kill us. So that's something that's very good to know. Just to be on the lookout for this guy in the floor here, because this guy is the jerk, the stage, right there. Okay, so let's go back to our actual playthrough here. Okay, we'll just do the same here. We'll just keep moving. Now I get a really easy spawn here. I get some guy in the back. I mean, he's not gonna do anything down there. I don't really know how set patterns are in this game, but I feel like if you see the guy in this wall, like in my previous clip there, you should be ready for this guy to appear. But so and here I just throw all caution to the wind, just get in the thing. But you can see, even though I jump a bit further this time than last time, just I walk a bit longer there, jump a bit later there. I'm holding right, so you can see a walk frame there, so I walk into the thing. So if I hadn't pressed anything, I would still be standing on the thing and could be on the lookout for troll eaglers. So remember to only do 2 jumps across here, because this side of the spike is deadly, so only 2 jumps. Here I like to crouch and wait for the flame pillar to rise completely. Then we do our crouch jump and fire. So if you remember back from stage 1, I said something like, when you do your crouch jump, you retain the crouch hitbox for a lot of reasons, or for a lot of purposes, I guess. One of them is you'll get a lower fire height. So you can see I'm firing really low daggers in my jump, and it's the perfect height for killing the pillar. We just walk up to the chest and jump. So like you'll jump here, and on top of the arc basically, or over the chest, we'll do our second jump, and we'll get a pretty good height there for killing the green guy. If you instead were to land on the chest first, and then do your double jump, you usually get a bit too much height, and it'll be a bit more difficult to kill the guy since you'll be falling past him faster. So we'll do our second jump over the chest, fire and power dagger, and 2 on the way down. We'll get rid of that guy. Then from here we can just do a single jump, a really quick double jump, instantly turn around, we jump over here. So this is... it's not as bad as it looks actually, this jump. If anything, I might have been even be able to be closer to the spikes here. Because I don't really know what the hitbox of these spikes look like, but they're like maybe something like this, just roughly, but as you see a bit of the brown part, you can't land like on here, roughly. So something to have in mind is basically that you should be here, you should be more afraid of like landing too early rather than jumping into the spikes almost. You can probably make this easier for yourself if you walk more to the left, I would assume, but you can go for it from anywhere on the platform, pretty much. Now, if you do that part really quickly, like I did here, this climb here, just a jump, quick double jump, and over, you can be really lucky here, because you see, I'm not getting any eagle response here, but which is actually a bit unfortunate, because that's the thing you want in the tutorial, I suppose, but just be aware that there can be a guy spawning roughly here. Oh, we don't want the square, we want the brush, here we go. Roughly here, and if he'll do his sine wave this way, he won't be a problem, I don't think. And if he does it this way, you can just jump over him instead. But then there can be a guy like roughly here, I think. And I don't think this will be in the way, it might be a little bit here. But a bigger problem if he does his sine wave that way, and we get in the way. You'll just have to be on the lookout for these guys and act accordingly. But if you get a favorable pattern, or like I didn't get any pattern at all, there's no guy here, we'll just go ahead and do our cool stuff here. So if you get blocked off by the eagler here, you might want to play this next section a bit more cautiously, but since we get a favorable pattern, we'll just go ahead and jump over this guy. I don't actually have a visual cue for this, but we can make one up on the spot here. So we can say that roughly when you can get rid of the white thing, the red thing. If you're like below this thing, this circle here, if you're below this, somewhere here you want to jump roughly. And what's gonna happen is we'll reach our full jump height in front of this guy, roughly, and then we'll do a double jump over him. And make sure to land on the brown thing here, this thing. Because if you fall down here, if this guy shoots early, he'll miss you. But this guy is also gonna fire, so you have to be ready for anything if you fall down into that little pit there of despair. But from here, we'll just do a standard jump, quickly jump forward, kill this guy. Here, we don't want to kill this guy just yet. We'll do a jump to get closer and kill him. So the reason for this is if we keep this fire pillar alive for a bit longer when we scroll the screen, you can see there's supposed to be eaglers or fire pillar spawns right here and here. But these guys are despawned now, since we kept the fire pillars around for long enough. But if you get any of them, like if you're standing here, and you see this guy rise up, so it's like here, you can just stand and fire daggers from here and you'll hit his head perfectly, and you can just leave the guy in the roof. It's the best play, most of the time. We'll get into the rotating thing. Now, you can hold left and jump as soon as you get free here, but of course you'll get closer to the spikes down here, so if you want to play it safe and lose a few frames, just do a crouch jump off this thing. Now, if you let the pillar in the roof live, he will have now rotated to the bottom, so he'll gonna grow up and stand here. So we can, what you can do here is just wait up here for, I don't know, let's say max like a half a second tops or so, then jump down. What this is gonna do is when you're about here, he'll fire his bullet in a diagonal line, so we can just keep going and just ignore it after that. But if he does fire it straight, Around here the fireball will start to catch up to us, so we can just duck here in this position here and let it pass over us. You can if you want to. If you're bold, you can jump over these spikes too before dodging. But I mean, it's just a matter of frames, or at least not even half a second probably, maybe. So sometimes it's just better to play it safe. Here you can see I'm treading some dangerous water right here, because this last bit can have eagle spawns right here. So you can see I didn't manage to react to this guy and start a jump, but luckily we have the double jump, so we get over him. But be careful about this section here. Use your jump sparingly if you don't feel like doing that. I did just there, so. From here we can just do a single jump down. And from this bottom floor, with a single jump, you can't hit these spikes, so we can just keep going with the jumps for more speed. Then we'll get into the raft section, or whatever we should call it. So this section is like heavily like choreographed, I might say. We can just watch this in slow-mo first, see what it is we wanna achieve here. So we'll spawn this blueberry over here and jump back and despawn it. And then we'll do a third jump here. And what that will do is activate this geyser early, which is very good because this geyser can be a problem otherwise. So if you just watch this full speed, you'll see that you can chain your jumps like together. As soon as you land, you'll just do your jumps again, and the like timing for the double jump is the same for all three jumps basically. So jump, 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 jump. Pretty much that's all you have to do, and with that you'll get rid of the blueberry and start the geyser early, which will make things a bit easier here. So you can see here. This looks a bit dangerous. It's not that difficult to do. Just stand on under the geyser to activate this blueberry, and then just move out again. I don't think you have to do that. It just makes me able to kill the blueberry earlier. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to stand under the geyser if you don't feel comfortable with this. Especially if you freeze frame it. If you're not comfortable with this image, you can just wait with the blueberry, I think. Oh, and just like in stage 1 with the rosebuds, these things will gain massive iframes if you shoot them while they're expanding, so we have to wait for this thing to fully expand before we shoot it. And then, well, it looks like I'm moving about a bit here, but it's not intentional. I just had a hard time finding the spot, I guess. So you want to stand roughly, so you're centered over this edge between the tiles here, roughly centered here. That will give us a good like spawn timer of this geyser here. So we can just stand on the edge, kill the blueberry. Now, if you jump about here before you pass these blueberries, and make a really long double jump and climb this next section really quickly, you can stop the mode 7 from rotating, but I won't do that right now because it's a bit more tricky. So instead we're gonna wait until we pass these blueberries, roughly these 3, roughly pass these 3 with your face, and we'll do our jump. And the reason why I'm jumping a bit later is that now we don't have to get as much like horizontal distance, so we can make our jump a bit higher instead, so we can kill this blue killer in the wall immediately. And you know these guys. These guys are the pain, so we can get rid of this guy immediately, all the better. So you can see I land like on the second tile of this platform, so there's plenty of room there with the jump. Just jump up here. And you can't see my flip here, but I do a double jump, so I get the empowered dagger, kill this thing immediately. And here it is important to wait. We want to wait roughly till we reach the geyser out here, so. And you'll see why in the roof here. Oh. Come on, video player, you can do this. So you can see the geyser is starting up here now, winding up. And suddenly, it just rocks across the screen. So this geyser is affected by the mode 7 rotation for a while. So that's why we absolutely want to wait here until some time has passed, and then we move forward and deal with the blueberries. Here we can stand on the edge and just wait for these guys to appear. We'll just jump back, despawn the blueberry and just wait out the geyser, and then we'll move past it. Here I'll make more use of the crouch jumps to jump sideways from a neutral position without falling off the platforms. And you can see here, you don't need to do very high jumps, especially for these two platforms. You can see here actually, I get pushed up by this platform even, so you don't have to make very high jumps for these. For these two, and then a bit higher jump for that, I think. Then I like to just walk across here. You should just be aware that by doing this, by walking across here, so we can, let's see, where's the first guy? So he's there, we can just jump and kill that guy. And there's supposed to be a guy spawning up here, here roughly, so his spawn is like, if you walk in this box somewhere, you'll spawn the guy, but by standing here we'll go under the box. But the dangerous thing to remember is, the box is like somewhere here now, I don't know where it is, but if you start moving backwards in this position, especially for loop 2, when the geyser is activated for longer, you might walk into this and spawn this guy, so there's that. We just skip one blue killer, you should just remember that he's up there, he's always watching, basically. So here, we'll just move to the end of the raft, and roughly when our foot passes this suspicious looking thing, we might call it, we'll do our long double jump into the door. Move on to the boss. So there's like two things here that can, or three things I guess, but we'll just start out this fight with moving forward, jumping and just firing daggers. From here, you'll have to see if the heads are high up like they're now, they're higher in the air. So I'll do a double jump here and go for more damage. You should just be aware here that since the game is, there's a bug in this game where if you do your double jump and fire at the same time, you'll prevent yourself from firing anymore in that jump. You'll just run out of ammo. There's no more daggers until you land. So, and this area lags really heavily, so it's very easy to make this happen, to stop yourself from firing anymore in there. So you can see, I do my double jump, and I wait for a long time before firing to make sure that I don't run out of ammo mid-air. So then I just fall down, shoot some more. That's a pretty quick kill actually. So there's another thing going on here, and it's probably easier to hear it first. We can just, I think the audio level's good. We'll have to see. Did you hear that hit? That guy took the damage right there. So there's, I don't quite know how it works, but when hitboxes are overlapping in this game, you see here, you're getting a ton of hits right here. But when hitboxes are overlapping, you can hit them multiple times. But of course this is luck dependent, since the boss moves his heads just how he wants to. But we're standing in a pretty good spot here, so we can just start firing away anyway. And if you're just unlucky with the head movement, or they're just hiding or whatever, the boss will roughly stop in front of this position we're standing in. Let's see if we can get, yeah, here pretty much. So the boss will roughly stop in front of you, but he can wave his head into you. So if he starts getting a bit close for comfort, just, you know, do a single jump back or something and fire and keep firing at him. he won't move that much more than that, so... And yeah, that's pretty much it for this stage. I think of this stage pretty much as the an intermission between, or an interlude between stages 3 and 5, which are, I don't know, they might be the hardest stages in the game, maybe, just stage-wise. So it's a pretty straightforward stage. It does have some tricks up its sleeve, like the Eagler spawns, but other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any more questions or thoughts about this, just feel free to comment, and I will see you guys for the next video.